Well, just leave it up there. Who gives a shit?
All right, here we go.
Hang on, let me take a look at it. It's gonna be
Oh,
kind of funny.
yeah, well, we're live. Welcome
Oh,
to,
look, that's cool. It's a 2 minute clip.
yeah, Wednesday. It's Wednesday night. Here we are with Horror Talk Podcast number,
that's
don't know.
that's
And we
awesome.
are doing Annabelle 2014 tonight to continue on with the Conjuring Universe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Gonna have to watch that. Everybody's going, what the hell is that about? We need more.
It's still got the same title.
Yeah. All right, so we left off with Annabelle Creation, which was the second Annabelle movie, but the first one, watching it in order. So tonight we're visiting Annabelle 2014. This is a spoiler. If you have not seen these movies, you've been warned. All right, so we're going to get off to the basics here, and then we'll jump into the fun part of picking it apart.
Annabelle.
You good?
Yeah, no, you're good. Go ahead.
All right, so we have John and Mia, who are expecting parents, live next door to the Higgins, Pete, and Sharon. And Mr. John, husband, decided to get his wife a gift of this doll to for her collection, and it was the last one she needed. So he got her that as a little gift for her pregnancy or whatever, cheer her up, and that's all you need to know about that part. So we have the next door neighbors who we find they have a adoptive estranged daughter who ran off with a boyfriend and rumored to have joined a cult. One night, Mia and John are sleeping and they hear a commotion, so John goes next door to check it out, and he discovers the neighbors have been stabbed to death. He tells Mia to grab the phone, call the cops. She calls the cops, she gets off the phone, and she is attacked by the estranged adoptive daughter's satanic boyfriend, Satanist boyfriend, and is stabbed in the side of her stomach, and she's pregnant. Well, John comes in, starts beating the shit out of the boyfriend. Um, then the estranged adopted daughter comes in, and John starts fighting her off because she starts to go after the wife. Cops come in, blow the boyfriend away. Then they go in and find
Can we?
what?
They shoot him. They don't. They shoot him.
Yeah, well, I think it sounds better.
Okay.
They
No,
blew
that's
hose
perfect.
into his body. They shot the fucker, dead, and they go into the baby's room and discover the estranged adoptive daughter dead by suicide. Bitch slit her throat, pretty hardcore. And she's holding the Annabelle doll, which is the doll that was bought for the wife there. Didn't say that part, but kind of figured. If you look on the wall, you see some kind of cultist satanic emblem on the wall in blood where the crazy lady was performing a ritual of some sort. Um, she's holding Annabelle and she starts bleeding onto the doll, and the blood drips into Annabelle's eye. And that's when shit starts to get weird. Because come to find out, the adoptive daughter is actually little Janice from Annabelle Creation that ran away and changed her name once she escaped the little exorcism at the orphanage.
Yeah.
Yeah, she ran away, changed her name to Annabelle, and was adopted by the Higgins, the next door neighbors of Mia and John. So she returns to what? She's in her 20s now
Yeah, in her 20s.
and takes out mom and dad.
Yeah, she comes back because she was in a cult or whatever it is.
The family.
Yep.
It's kind of hinted that it's the Manson family, which I kind of like because that shit's cool to me. But anyways, so of course, all the freaky possessed shit starts to happen after that. After Annabelle becomes possessed once again. or used as a conduit.
She's not possessed.
I know. I knew you were gonna correct me. Go ahead.
I'll let you continue.
No. Go ahead and correct me, and then I'll continue.
The
Conduit.
doll is not possessed. The doll is used as a conduit.
Thank you. So, after a little traumatic experience, being stabbed, Mama's put on bed rest. So she's stuck in the house. Of course, all the creep stuff starts happening with the doll. And to set it all off was when she's popping popcorn and kind of forgets about it on the stove. And of course, it catches on fire.
Well, the popcorn's on the stove. She's not popping it.
Well, yes, it's the Jiffy Pop
turns the demon turns on the oven or turns on the.
She didn't turn the oven on?
No.
Oh. Well, shit. Shit the bed.
Well, maybe she did. I forget that part. Maybe she did, and the demon turned up the heat.
I think
or something
that's
like
what.
that.
Yeah.
One of the two.
So that happens. It catches on fire and catches the kitchen on fire. She comes running out, is freaking out. She falls to the ground. She's trying to back up, and as she's laying on the ground, all of a sudden she is pulled by some entity you do not see. And the neighbors come running in and rescue her, and then that puts her into labor. She has the baby. So, of course, all this shit going down, she had some crazy bitch kill herself in the room, her baby's room. Another Satanist weirdo killed by the cops in their room. And the house catches on fire. What are you going to do? You're going to move. I would have moved prior to the house catching on fire, but anyways. Before that, though, the husband throws away the doll, thinking that it brought bad memories to the house when she came home and stuff, so he got rid of the doll, he thought. So upon moving into the new apartment and everything, it's discovered the doll is there. So it follows them to the new apartment. Would you like to add on now, sir?
Oh, you good?
Yeah. I got my.
Well, I think the movie starts. Like, in my opinion, the movie starts when they move to the apartment.
Yeah, pretty much. But you have to have a little
like all that half an hour of build up prior to that. It just seems like like a waste of time.
But you had to have it though, so you knew like how Annabelle doll got repossessed or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It's getting used again.
I have.
Yeah, I know.
First and foremost, I thought this movie was trash. I absolutely hated this movie. But let's go back. I want to go back. I'm gonna go back.
Go back. To
where okay, so the Janice or Annabelle goes to their her her adopted parents' house when she was in the occult, in this occult or cult or whatever you want to call it.
Cult.
And her hippie boyfriend go and they kill the parents. Right? And then what's her name? Mia? Is that her name Mia?
Mm-hmm. Mama.
She wakes up John and he goes running over there and don't know what happened inside there. And then he comes running out and said, call ambulance or call the police or whatever. And then all of a sudden now these people are in their house. How do they get in the house?
Well,
the only entrance that they had open was the front door.
Yeah, but if you recall, Mia is over at the neighbor's house now, talking to John.
No, she wasn't. She was never at their house. She was in like the front yard or on the like the front foyer of the house of the resident.
It wasn't the neighbor's house.
She was never over at the neighbor's house. No, he ran out of the neighbor's house and he met with her outside in between the houses.
They had to have a back door or a window or something was open. The
window
was open. Their bedroom window was open.
Yeah, but how did they get out? Where did they go? So now all of a sudden, this guy is waiting for her in her closet. Like, that seems a little iffy to me, but nonetheless, homeboy Johnny boy, Johnny Rico comes flying in
Yeah.
and blasts that cultist. Like, oh, he did.
Satanist.
I'm telling you, that dude did such a good job. I mean, not only was he over there checking on the neighbors,
Mm-hmm.
but then he comes flying out and saves his wife
And baby.
and baby.
The baby. Don't forget the baby.
I mean, he knocked the that cultist hairline back. Now, I don't know. And then he gets up and with Annabelle has a knife and she's like whatever.
Going after
And then
the wife.
he smashes her head against the goddamn
Yeah.
door frame or the wall or whatever. Like, hell yeah, this dude is right then. I'm like, yeah, this dude's awesome. But I mean, he was blasting that cultist in the face like several fucking times. I mean, he was putting weight through his fucking face. And the dude gets up and he hits him. Come on, get out of here.
Well, he might have been on some drugs. He didn't feel a thing.
Anyway, I just wanted to add that little Johnny boy comes in and
saves the day.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one.
And then you got the police coming in and boom, boom, motherfucker.
I think.
All right. Anyway.
All right. Yeah. Whatever. All right. Said what I said. All right. So they moved.
I just think the whole setup for like okay, because like, and like prior or after the fact, like after that incident, I guess it were, and they come back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing their little argument stuff, and some things are going on here and there, and it's just like kind of like the movie doesn't start until they move, in my opinion.
Okay, I mean it's a good point, but I mean you had to have a little bit in there to get to that point, though.
Yeah, okay.
Because what's a demon after an innocent soul?
Yeah, but it just doesn't feel like things line up well.
Okay.
Like the whole movie doesn't feel like there's like okay, I understand the plot that there's this doll and the doll is manipulated by a demon, blah blah blah. Like I get that.
Yeah.
But it just feels like the story just sucks. I hated this movie. I thought it was stupid.
God,
just the things
rough.
that happen later on and things that happen throughout the movie, it just seems so like when we get to it, I'm gonna go on like a hate train about the ending.
This is gonna be me with the nun. Oh man.
Anyway, so they move into the apartment. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. Oh. Well, I mean, they just.
Oh.
They have the baby. They move into the apartment.
Trying to start over again after all this crazy shit that went down.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Of course, it's gonna follow them with them. They discover Annabelle's back in the house, the new apartment after her dad threw it away. So.
Yeah, he said. What did he say? He said, "I threw that thing out.
Yeah.
Here, give it back to me, and I'll get rid of it." And Mia's like, "No, we'll keep it.
No, we'll hang on to this ugly thing, because that's what everybody wants is a scary looking ugly doll."
Yeah.
Never understood the appeal. I mean, I would like to have the doll myself, just as a collector's, because I'd want a Chucky doll, just for that reason. But I would never say, "Oh, that thing's beautiful. I want that in my collection."
Going back.
Yeah. Okay.
I cannot stand that the doll is what doll they have.
When it's the Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah. Like that kills me.
But
I don't know why. Just that little detail. I don't like it.
I get it.
They could have made a Raggedy Ann doll look creepy.
They could have, yeah, but honestly, if you would have saw a poster for this movie, and it was a creepy looking Raggedy Ann doll versus what they have on there, which one would you see?
Well, if I knew anything about it,
You neither.
the Raggedy Ann doll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if I knew anything about it, none of them. Like okay, so even the starting of Annabelle Creations was way better.
Yeah.
Like okay, so Annabelle Creations was not my favorite movie, but it was way better than this.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So obviously Mia knows something's not right. She starts having weird shit happen. Like the one time she thought she saw the ghost of the little girl in the house, and it starts running at her, and she shuts the door.
that was actually kind of cool.
I did like that little bitch charging. But
Yeah, it was the little like Annabelle as a small child.
Yeah.
And then as she's running, she turns into like, I don't know, the adult version of her.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of cool. And she was all like the skin was all discolored and
Oh, but before that, we had the two kids on the stairwell drawing, and the little girl's trying to talk to Mia, and the little boy's like, "We don't touch strangers, stranger danger, blah blah blah." And I guess they were drawing pictures, and they left them on the doorstep for Mia, and it was actually of Leah, which is the baby, in the carriage, in the path of the truck.
Yeah, but was it the kids doing that, or was it the demon drawing the pictures?
We are led to believe it was the children
and leaving the pictures.
That is
so
a good.
forth and so
That
on.
is a good point. That is
See?
a very good point. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that better than two demented little children doing that. But
because, well, see, and here's the other thing. You want to bring up the kids.
yeah,
So the kids were in this. So the kids were in the movie for all of a minute,
yeah, and you never
and
see them
then
again.
never again.
So that would actually make sense.
And then, like they could have played on it a little bit better. Like, okay, and so Mia takes the pictures to show them to John, and John's like, these are just kids and blah 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 or whatever, but we should go have a talk with the parents.
Yeah.
Like, would you be upset if your kid was doing this and Mia's like, if Leah was doing this and Mia was like, well, yeah, I would want to know.
Yeah.
So but it never shows them going to talk to the parents. True. And half the time John is not even in the movie because he's at work.
He's at doctor.
Because he's got to work all the fucking time.
Yeah. So with that going on, Mia starts thinking that there's a ghost in her house. She gets in contact with the detective from the previous, or from the incident, the killing of Annabelle.
Yeah.
And the boyfriend.
So it's the same. It's the same detective that was investigating their house, and the occult homeboy and Annabelle coming in. It's the same detective.
Because she wants to know a little bit more, and he lets her know that the history of the cult that the two were involved in, and basically that they were summoning a demon and to take a soul is what they were trying to do.
The cult of the Ram.
Yeah. And that's how she saw the picture of the symbol on the wall in blood.
But, well, go back to the...
But we got to rewind a little bit to one of the coolest scenes in the movie that I totally just fucked over.
Yeah. Go back to that one.
She went down to the storage area to take boxes or something down there of the apartment, which was downstairs. So she took the elevator down. And what was it? The stroller comes pushed out, and she hears a baby crying.
So she went to their lockup, their little like apartment storage unit, I guess you could say. And then down the hall of the storage unit, a stroller comes wheeling out, right? And it was a baby. You could hear baby sounds or baby crying from the stroller.
She gets closer to it, and she sees like a balled up blanket with blood on it. And she reaches in to move the blanket. And that's when Mr. Demon
No, there's nothing there.
No, I thought. When does he? No.
So she removes the blanket from the stroller with
Mm-hmm.
the blood on it, and there's nothing in the stroller. It's an empty stroller.
Oh.
And then he reaches out
Yeah.
and
That's
he grabs her
yeah.
forearm.
That's what I was getting at. There was nothing there, and then he reached out and grabbed her arm,
Yeah.
and that just the elevator scene. God, fucking creepy as shit.
I'll explain it.
So
It was probably like one of the best scenes in the movie, I
yeah.
would have to say.
So she runs back to the elevator, trying to get away from the demon, and you look back and you kind of see the silhouette of the demon's the coolest fucking part of the movie, man. So she's trying to hit the button to go up and get back to her apartment, and the doors open, it dings, doors open, and she's still in the storage area. And it did this, what, 2 or 3 times?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the demon grabbed her and you could see his face and everything. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I dig the demon. So she starts running up the stairs, and you get to see the demon a little bit better.
Well, she realizes that the elevator's not working, so she takes the
Yeah.
steps. Yeah, and then the demon's chasing after her the whole time, I guess you could say. And everything goes dark. And you could see his hand like poking out from the stairwell.
Yeah.
And then it comes to a point to where he's like sitting on the steps, or he's like hunched over on the steps, like facing her with his like hands on the steps.
Yes. So she gets inside, and that's when she notices the little marking on her arm. She bandages up. Then later on, she takes it off, and it's gone. And that's when she just, she talks to the detective and everything, and she realizes the symbol in blood on the wall and the picture of the crime scene was the same marking that was on her arm left by the demon. So she's like, okay, this is getting weird. This is when she starts thinking she's haunted by a ghost. So she takes a little trip to a bookstore by the apartment, and this is when she meets Evelyn, who... This is gonna get fun. She was a good character in the movie.
All right, just continue.
So she gets a book. She tells the woman kind of what she thinks, and
Well, she's like,
knew.
yeah. So she's like, well, why don't you just tell me, because I've seen shit.
Yeah. So she tells her, she's saying she's haunted by a ghost, and she's like, oh, aisle 4, whatever it was, and takes her to it and gets her a book, The Devil's Welcome. So she takes it home to read over it. And that's when she determines, Mia, that a presence is haunting her and wants her soul. So,
Well, they have a sit down. They have a sit down and they start reading
Yeah.
the books, like in the back office or whatever the case may be.
yeah, so and that's when they discover that's more than just a ghost, because a ghost
And then you
doesn't...
get a little bit of character building with Evelyn, which is fucking bullshit in my opinion.
Yeah, she reaches out. Is that the part where she reaches out and she sees a scar?
Yeah.
She sees a scar where Evelyn tried to kill herself. And then you find a little bit more about her story. She had a daughter, and they were in an accident. The daughter ended up dying. So she tried to kill herself. Daughter appeared to her and told her it's not her time. She has not unfinished business, but
Yeah, she has unfinished business.
she didn't word it like that, though. But it's pretty much
It's not her time, and she has something
a purpose.
to do. Or yeah, she has a
still,
purpose.
still has a purpose. So she ends
Yeah.
up making it through the attempted suicide.
Yes.
So, onward. After this.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So, this is when they contact the priest after John thinks that wife is just going crazy and their marriage is hitting a couple speed bumps due to everything going on, which I could see why. And So they go and talk to Father Perez about everything going on.
Yeah.
Is that the part where?
Well, once they see the padre, he's like, well, since you guys have been through this and you guys went through this and all at the same time, all the ups and downs, there is sure to be some rocky roads. It's pretty much what he said.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
And then they start building into more of the relationship with Evelyn and Mia.
Yeah, so Evelyn always obviously wanted grandchildren, didn't get that because her daughter passed away and everything, so she helps
Well, I mean,
Mia
yeah,
out with
go
the
ahead.
baby and stuff. And they
Yeah.
bond a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, they went out shopping and Evelyn buys stuff for the baby and like a new outfit or new pajamas or whatever the case may be and is like helping Mia out with learning how to be a mother and how to take care of the baby and showed her a way of calming the baby down when it was crying
Yeah.
and so forth and so on.
What a waste.
Yeah. But see, this is my point. It's like, okay, we watched the movie, but nothing really flowed with the movie to where it's like, well, what happens next? You know, like
you're
it's so
hanging on, like I get
yeah.
that.
There's nothing. It's just like it's like it's a movie to put on if you're falling asleep.
Oh, that's bad.
No, that's what the movie is.
Go that
Because
far.
nothing really flows, man. Nothing flows with the movie. In my opinion, nothing flows with the movie.
I
Because then
think
you're like, well, wait a minute, wait, was this the part where the demon comes out, or was it prior to that, or when did Evelyn show up? Because nothing flowed.
that's kind of a good point there. That's actually
You know,
a good point. I mean,
because
I still enjoyed it.
I can talk about the points that I hated the most, but like in between that, where was the movie? Okay, so you had the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You have the beginning where John is beating the shit out of the cult dude, which is awesome. Okay, got it. And then some shit happened. And then some shit happened, and then now she's down in the basement putting away stuff, and the demon shows himself. And then some shit happened, and now Evelyn shows up. Like, other than that, what else really happened?
Okay, well, when they finally go to Father Perez and like, okay, well, think this doll's possessed, he explains more about the whole how demons interact with things. They're not possessed, they're used as the conduit. And he takes the doll.
Conduit,
whatever. How did I say?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Anyway, keep going.
So he takes the doll. He's driving with the doll and everything, and what was the radio starts doing weird shit.
Yeah, so he's listening to a baseball game.
Curious. I want to know who was playing. By the way, that was my main concern. That's what I was thinking about. I'm like, who's playing?
It probably did say it, but it was such a.
Let's see if we can hold on. Let's see if we can pull it up.
No, well, I'll continue then if you want to pull that up. So Padres listening to the radio, and a baseball game is playing on the radio, obviously. So all of a sudden, the radio starts like getting staticky, and he's trying to adjust the radio to make it. He's like, "Come on, this whatever. Like, let's get the game back on." And then all of a sudden, it switches to a radio priest or something, and he's like, "What did he say? Like, your soul is damned, or repent, or something like that."
Yeah, it was creepy.
So he shuts the radio off, and he arrives at the church,
mm-hmm.
and he grabs the doll. And he starts walking inside, or he starts walking from the car to the front door of the church. And once he grabs the doll and shuts the door, the Annabelle, the person, the female was sitting in the back seat of the car where Annabelle the doll was. So he's walking up to the door, and he's getting a sense of like something's not right, and he turns around and Annabelle's standing there.
Yeah.
So he quickly turns back around and opens the door. As soon as he gets to the door, he gets flung back, and he hits the concrete, and then all of a sudden there's just blood, and the doll laying there, and then Annabelle walks up, and grabs Annabelle the demon or whatever, grabs the doll and walks away.
So John, he's a doctor. He's working at the hospital, and he sees the nuns outside of a room, and he goes over there and sees it's Father Perez in there.
Well, ceasefire.
So
hang on a second.
I'm jumping to go. By the way, it does not say what teams were playing on the radio. Oh, hold on. If you guys are going to talk about killer doll movies, there are seven perfectly fine Chucky films and a TV series.
All right. All right. I want to know. I got to know. Charlie, did you like Annabelle? Did you even watch Annabelle?
Doesn't sound like it.
Do you like this movie? And anyway, going back, all of a sudden there was a pool of blood next to the priest, and when he's at the hospital later, there is no signs that he got like cut. How is there so much blood? All he does is have some bruising on his face.
We didn't see the back of his head.
Please, come on.
I'm pushing here. I'm pushing.
Yeah, you're pushing real hard for this. Like,
push it real good.
No, it's not. No salt and pepper.
Oh, I was gonna spice it up a bit. So get it? Salt and pepper spices it. Anyway, so Father
well, there you go.
Hey, I'm here.
Answer that question.
So Father Perez warns John about the doll in the hospital. So is that when he rushes out to go to the house because he, is Jennifer Tilly involved with Annabelle? No, therefore they're inferior.
Yeah, that answered the question. So
yeah, well,
yeah, we should do Chucky. Anyway,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm just saying it is so hard for us to say this plot just because what is like it's horrible.
It's your basic possession.
Go ahead.
I'm.
But it's not even good.
Okay, I enjoyed these movies. Until you
For what purpose? Why?
I thought they were entertaining.
Yeah, but it's just like...
Oh, sweet. Was she cool in person? Because I hate when you meet celebrities and they're not cool. I had one encounter with a celebrity that wasn't bad. I mean, all the other ones were pretty good, though. See, now we're talking about celebrities.
Yeah, because the movie was so good.
So let's go ahead. And then we can talk about other stuff for like the last.
Well, I want to bring up the ending.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Let's get us to the ending so I can bring it up. Because I'm so mad about this ending.
They're trying to open the door. Evelyn's outside because she got pushed out or whatever. Locked out. Yeah. They're locked out of the apartment.
The demon pushes her out.
Yeah. So John's got the keys and unlocked the door. In the meantime, Mia, Jesus Christ, picks up Annabelle in the baby's room and starts bashing her head into the crib and everything, and then throws her. And all of a sudden, she looks over and a baby starts crying, and it looks like it's Leah, her baby. So she's freaking out, holding the baby, thinks she killed her baby or whatever. And then all of a sudden, it turns into another little doll, and it's laughing, like all psychotic and everything. And then, is that shit? See? Lost train of thought.
Exactly. So she's in the living room, right?
So
the demon pushes Evelyn outside the door, and she's banging on the door to get back in. And then there's a crayon. She was an absolute sweetheart, a class act, took pictures and signed autographs. Oh,
sweet.
Shit. There you go.
I like that.
Yeah. And so Mia's in the living room, I guess you could say. of the apartment, and she sees a crayon roll out, a red crayon. So she goes in the room. She sees her soul written on the ceiling of the room, and then she starts freaking out, and then she sees the doll in the crib,
and she
starts smashing the shit out of it, and then she thinks all of a sudden it turns back into the baby, and she thinks it's a baby, and it's not. It's another doll. Blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden, for some weird reason, she's like, "Oh, it wants my baby's soul, so I'm going to take place for the soul of my baby."
And the window opens up on its own.
And she's like, "I'm going to jump out of the window with Annabelle for some weird reason with Annabelle so that I can swap places for my child, Leah, the baby."
And then John and Evelyn bust in the door, and
she's like, "Don't do
I'm
that."
doing this.
And then John grabs her and pulls her off before she jumps. And then all of a sudden, randomly, Evelyn grabs Annabelle, steps up to the ledge, and then fucking swan dives off.
Yeah. But
what?
This is how we get to Annabelle, the true story of Annabelle.
I think true stories are far-fetched.
Supposed.
But then all of a sudden, like when you see Annabelle and Evelyn on the cement down below, like 6 stories lower. And then all of a sudden the doll's not there anymore, and it's found in some kind of like a toy store or some kind of like
thrift store. It was a thrift store.
Thrift store. And then
the mom was buying it for her daughter, who's a nurse who loves the doll. So that's where the true story of Annabelle started, when the nurses got a hold of it or whatever. But after
finger quotes, true story.
Yeah, I still want to believe, god damn it. But then after that, it shows Mia, John, Leah in church, and they're talking to Father Perez and everything, and he basically said, God have mercy on anybody's soul that comes into contact with the doll, that finds the doll.
Who gets that doll?
Yeah,
who gets the doll next?
So, and then that's when it goes into the mom buying the doll at the thrift store for her daughter. I don't know why anybody would look at that fucking doll and be like, "That's the perfect gift. You hate your child."
Okay, I'm going back. I'm going way back.
The
best character in the movie has such a shitty turnout. Evelyn. Best character in the movie who has it is so stupid. It is so dumb what they did to her. So just randomly, she's like, "I'm going to take place of this, of you," and just swan dive out the window. Like, that is so stupid.
It's the next T-plunge.
Like, she could have done such good things for and with that family. First of all, she lost her daughter, and she wanted to have grandkids. Now, here's a way for her to get to have that, right?
And I'm going to argue with you on this.
Okay, go ahead. Argue with me so I can destroy you.
Helped the family by killing herself and passing the evil on to somebody else.
How does that help the family?
It kept them together and alive.
So she had to die.
She didn't live anyways.
The one who pretty much did everything in the movie that was like good.
She sacrificed herself for her adoptive grandbaby there.
She committed suicide, and the demon got her soul.
Yeah, well, she failed the first time, so the second time she was successful.
That was so dumb. No, she didn't fail. Her daughter came to her and said whatever she said, and she's like, "Okay, maybe this isn't a good idea." So she kind of realized, like, hey, okay, so because what did she say? I was laying there waiting to die when my daughter came.
Yeah.
So she was doing it, but then she's like, "Oh,
and not well.
Let's not do this anymore."
Oh.
She would have been so good for that family.
There you go, Striker.
What's up?
And they got that. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Man.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. Exactly. That's what it felt like. That's exactly what it felt like. It felt like it was just thrown together.
Man, I don't know if I want to do a favorite movie on here.
That's exactly what it felt like. They wrote the script in a week. I guarantee you.
Well, that's like I said. You know what? I don't even know if we're gonna do Annabelle Comes Home. Because honestly, it has
I
nothing
wouldn't
to do
do
with
it next. I wouldn't do it next.
Maybe down the road anything, a little bit.
Down the road.
But like I said,
but not next.
Out of the three of those, Annabelle Creation was my favorite one out of those.
If this is the quality of Annabelle films, I can see where Annabelle Creation is the better one. Because this movie sucked. It had nothing to do with Annabelle.
I was not a fan of Annabelle Comes Home. And I like the Conjuring Universe. Except for the Nun. So
I probably would like the Nun then. Like this was trash in my opinion. But I hate what they did with Evelyn. I think she would have been like, okay, so they defeat the demon because Evelyn helps them out defeating the demon because she knows all about the stuff and is able to like I don't know, put the demon in a cage or whatever, Annabelle in a cage that would cause the demon to not have a hold on the family anymore because she's so versed in it and she understands it and is able to, at the end, Evelyn's still alive and she's there helping the family with the kid and helping, like, because now she has a sense of purpose in her life again, you know?
Yeah.
It was just such a dumb ending. I'm telling you, she's the best character in the film.
No.
And they fucking kill her. Like, fuck off.
She wasn't.
Yeah, she was.
The demon was the best.
No.
Yes.
No.
The demon's cool as
Evelyn
shit.
was the best.
I like the demon.
Whatever. The demon aside from being the demon and the main villain, I guess you could say, Evelyn was the best character. Because tell me the plot between John and Mia. Come on, wait. Tell me the whole plot until Evelyn gets involved. Go ahead. I'm waiting.
That's how Annabelle gets to where she's supposed to be with the nurse.
Exactly.
Fuck. Wow. Where movies go to die.
Exactly. Thank you. Cash grab, thrown together, low budget, strong opening weekend. That is it. Couldn't have said it better myself. Horrible. Anything else?
No.
Would you like to add anything else to this movie?
I think you've ruined it for me.
Well, tell me the good parts.
The demon was cool.
Parts. What are the good parts?
I kind of like how she...
I'll tell you. The beginning.
She committed suicide by slitting her throat. That was pretty hardcore.
The beginning.
Yeah.
The storage unit.
Yeah, the demon, the elevator.
That's it.
Well, I kind of like when Father Perez had his back to the door when Mia went to open the door, and God have mercy on your soul or whatever. But it wasn't him.
God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, pretty demonic.
I think what would have made these movies better is if there was a comedic value to it, some kind of comedy in them would have made them better.
Like what was it you said about the demon? Just try to talk.
Yeah, like if the demon was like a neighbor, and though he's a demon, he's not trying to harm them or nothing, but everything seems like he's trying to like harm them, but he's not in any way. So he comes up to the door and in like a demonic voice, like, "Do you have any sugar?" And then he like coughs. He's like, "Oh, my apologies. Do you have any sugar I could borrow, please?" Like, that would have made the movie so much better. Or like downstairs in the fuck, what's it called, the storage unit, and the elevator, and he starts walking over. He's like, I didn't mean to. This shit happens, like when she keeps going back down, you know. He's like, oh,
My bad.
I'm sorry about this. My bad about this. It happens sometimes. Like that would have made it so much better. Or he he reaches out to grab her arm or something like that,
Yeah.
and he's not trying to hurt her in any way. He's just trying to be nice.
And then he puts the symbol on her arm and oh shit.
Like just if
But it'd
it
be like
had
a
more
smiley face instead of like
yeah, like he's just trying to be like, the demon's just trying to be nice the whole time, but
he just wants a friend.
people are like, but yeah, like he's just trying to have a friend, but they're scared of him the whole time. Like that would have made this movie so much better and more funny.
All right, so in the words of what are the guys' names on A Living Color? Oh my
What?
god, the two guys' names on A Living Color. Hated it. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I can't remember their fucking names.
No, I can't either.
I didn't hate it, but apparently.
Hated it. Yeah. Horrible.
All right, so
Horrible.
well, I'm gonna let you pick the next movie we do in a couple weeks.
You're gonna let me pick the next movie?
Yep, because I picked the Conjuring crap.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna say what I thinking of yet because
Okay.
I want to think about it before going into the next one. But I do not think we should continue with the Annabelle right now,
I agree.
just because,
I'm gonna give it a rest.
like, I am so like, I just was in a bad mood after watching this movie.
That's
Like
that's so terrible.
I was intently watching this movie for this purpose, so to be able to talk about it. And like and now I'm trying to think of the plot, and I don't like it. Nothing's coming to me because none of it mattered.
I think the next thing I'm gonna go with, the next theme that I'm gonna go with when I pick, it's gonna be a cheesy '80s film.
Wait, am I picking the next movie?
Yeah, you're picking the next one, but after you, I have one that I'm gonna go with. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cheesy as shit.
What if we did? Well, I don't. I'm not gonna say this is what we're doing, but Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, that would be cool one day.
Yeah,
I'll have to
that
watch
was a
that
good
one again.
movie.
Yeah, I have to watch it again.
That was an awesome movie.
Yes,
I liked the actor in that, or I liked both. Actually, I like both the actors in
yeah.
that
Well, the
movie.
one guy, he was in a sitcom where he was like the uncle or something, and he had to take care of his nephews or whatever.
Which one?
Sons of Tucson or something like that. What the hell was it called?
I don't know. The one dude, the slimmer guy, not the heavyset guy. God damn it! I need to look up what their names are. Hang on, give me a second.
I'm looking up the name of the sitcom because I can't remember.
Hang on, I'm trying to look
I
up.
know I got a lot to choose from the cheesy '80s, but I have a movie that I absolutely love. That I'm gonna pick for the first one of that.
Tyler Labine, who is Dale. Hopefully I don't know if I'm messing his last name up.
Yeah, Sons
And then
of Tucson.
Alan Tudyk. I don't know if I'm saying his name right either.
Oh, that's okay. So the Sons of Tucson comedy that the dude from Dale and Tucker is in, the heavier set guy.
Yeah.
The boy's parent or father is sent to prison, and they hire the heavy set fellow there to play their father.
To play the father?
Yeah, it's actually a really funny show. It only lasted like one season though, sadly. Fucking Fox.
I actually like, man, I hope I'm saying his name right, but Tyler Labine. Like I think he's been in some good movies, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think all '80s horror movies had cheese, and especially obviously slasher movies. That's what you got: titties and cheese in slasher movies. Titties, cheese, and gore. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, maybe like a Freddy or
Well, we're definitely gonna do one of those I mean, I love Freddy. I love Freddy.
Chucky and
Nightmare on Elm Street is my all-time favorite horror movie. Yes, I said that. I'm gonna continue saying that, and I hated the fucking remake. So I'm afraid to do it because you're gonna destroy it for me.
he was a droid.
Really?
He was also in.
Yeah. Okay.
He was
Yes.
also in one of the greatest TV shows ever created, Firefly. He was the pilot of the Serenity in Firefly. Great show. They made a movie off of it called Serenity. You're welcome for that. If you didn't know that. Hello?
I have nothing. I've never watched it.
It was a great TV show.
I can't
and
add
Serenity,
anything to it. I know they talked.
Serenity. And Serenity was a good movie.
I know they talked about it in Big Bang Theory, how it was just cut off with no explanation.
Serenity or Firefly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I guess that's why they have the movie.
Oh, I guess so. I didn't.
Couldn't tell you
I
because
didn't
I don't know anything about it much more than
dive
that.
deep. I didn't deep dive into it or nothing, but it was an awesome movie. That awesome TV show too.
Okay.
But he was the pilot, and I'm not gonna spoil the ending of Serenity, so I'll leave it at that.
Everybody dies.
If someone what?
What? I think that's how things
There's
just end. Everybody just dies now. Just kill off everybody. Just.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm all sunshine, rainbows, and Lisa Frank stickers.
I'm so mad about the Annabelle ending. So mad about it.
You're rubbing off on me, man.
Well, don't
I know.
Don't let me influence your opinion.
I still like it, but you picked it apart, and now I start. When you do that, I'm like, oh, well, you got a good point there, and then I'm like, oh, and this kind of deflates my bubble a little bit. And yes, Alf. God damn it, I love that show.
But I've got no movie.
Alf deserves better. I had the doll and everything. I fucking talked, and I had a TV tray with Alf in a suit. And I watched the cartoons, and I had a coloring book, and
all for Alf, huh?
Mm-hmm. And I think it was either Burger King or Hardee's back in the day had the puppets, and I had those two.
Yeah.
We should do Alf.
Well, I didn't have a movie, but a TV. I don't see why I don't see why we couldn't do like
sitcoms.
Like a TV series. Like, just say we did a Chucky the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we'd only be able to do it for like one season at a time.
Okay, there was an Alf movie in 1996, Project Alf. I didn't watch that. I'm kind of curious now. I think that was like made for TV or something.
A shitty made for TV movie?
It might have been. I want to see if I can find it on something to watch. I hate when they do that to shows. We need
My Name is Earl, yeah. Yeah, they did that to that one too.
But then again, you have shows that do have an ending and it's horrific. How I Met Your Mother. That ended shitty. And I watch Ozark, and I still haven't been able to watch the second half of the final season just because I've read so many places that it was very disappointing. So now I don't want to watch it. But I want to finish it because I want to see what happens. But yeah, I want to say, 96 was a long time ago. I'm not going to say how old I was. I want to say that I have seen, it has Martin Sheen in it. I'm gonna have to try to find that. The Alien, the Military, the movie. Wish I could. Can I put that up there? They really do. They just ruin everything. Trying to think of another one that was ruined. What's up?
What was the what was that movie that the Wayans were in? Was it the Wayans, or was it like just a spin-off of a parody of the horror movies that
Scary
Annabelle?
movie.
Which one was Annabelle in?
Oh, was Annabelle in one of
You
those?
remember?
Was it
Yeah, I thought so.
Haunted House or?
I don't remember, but I know Annabelle was in one of. I'm pretty sure Annabelle was in one of them. That was better than this movie.
That's awesome. You really?
Yeah, Dexter did end like kind of shitty. Like all of a sudden he goes up to some place and he lives by himself. But weren't they saying they're gonna make like they're gonna bring him back, bring
There
Dexter
is.
back?
They already did, and I haven't watched that either. Because
What the hell is that?
that's Project Alf. It's a link to Project Alf.
A link to Project Alf?
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Is that the '96 movie? Is that
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
said?
yeah. It's from 1996.
Oh God.
Back when you had to be in front of the TV to watch it, or you didn't get to see it again.
Yeah.
So that's probably what happened there. It was on a Wednesday
Yeah.
night, and had other
Yeah,
stuff to
some
do.
random Wednesday, like after you have to go to bed
Yeah. So
because
I mean,
school's the next morning.
they need to bring back shit like Tales from the Crypt and stuff. Or
But modernize it.
yeah, I love Tales from the Crypt.
Didn't they do that? Isn't there Tales from the Crypt?
There might
like,
be, but like God,
like it's more modernized now.
when they redo stuff from my childhood, I kind of turn my nose up at it because they have ruined so much shit. Like the new He-Man and the She-Ra.
What?
What the fuck did you do to it? Why?
I didn't know there was a new He-Man.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo. They make it look like weird. The animation's so weird. I don't know. I just don't like it, man.
Oh, the whole I like the whole thing that I was talking to you about
Yeah,
the Scooby.
I was gonna bring that up.
Scooby.
So, like you were saying, do you wanna say it?
Sure. I think that the cartoons from
The
I guess
80s.
my childhood or our childhood, they should come back. They should redo them, bring them back, have them have a little bit better like quality of cartoon, but make them more of an adult style of like cartoon.
Yes.
So like in Scooby Doo, like Shaggy would just be smoking weed all the time, and then is it Velma?
Velma,
Is that the nerdy one?
Yeah, Velma.
Yeah, she's just always trying to get laid or something like that, and
And then
she's very
Freddie.
weird.
Yeah, and Fred and Daphne.
Yeah, they're always like banging,
Yeah, I did not know that. They try to redo it.
or like she's always trying to get like what's her name? Daphne? Is that what her name is?
Yeah.
She's always trying to like get with him, but he like won't have it because he's more concerned about like doing the investigation or something like that. That would actually be fun.
I always thought Fred was kind of flamboyant.
Oh,
with his little.
Yeah, well then that could be that too. Like,
So,
but he hasn't come out yet.
Yes, and he's like turning
And
his
he's always
nose up at
pushing her
Daphne,
away.
like, oh no, you don't have the equipment that I like.
The M. Night Shyamalan or something, but it never got made. Oh, okay. Well, then that might have been what I was talking about.
Yeah. There's like so much stuff like that was supposed to happen, never did. I don't know.
M. Night Shyamalan, Ding Dong.
Shamalama Ding Dong. Was it Haunted House?
What?
I'm still trying to think of the name of the movie that the Annabelle doll was in. I know
Oh,
it was
I
a
don't
scary
remember.
movie.
It's not really that. Like,
I don't know. I just want that.
I'm so over the Annabelle thing.
Well, we will not revisit it.
Like
I don't even think we
Conjuring
need to.
3 was good. The other Conjurings were kind of like,
And then I disagree with you on the Conjuring, third Conjuring.
Yeah, and then the Annabelles, I just fucking stupid.
I don't like love stories in my horror.
That's fine. I don't mind the love story. I really didn't in the third one. I just thought it was a way better movie just due to the fact that it was a person being evil because that's more realistic.
Yeah, and I still think it was drugs.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The kid. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It was probably drugs or
yeah.
alcohol or something like that. Yeah.
This is some more than alcohol. He was
Wow.
tripping
So
balls.
we talked about the Annabelle movie for all of like 30 minutes, and the rest was something else because it just sucked.
Yeah. Mm. What else?
Well, in my opinion, it sucked.
What else we got, real quick?
I don't really have anything else.
Ha! You're probably right. I am so tempted to go on Pornhub right now and look that up. I'm not even gonna
Oh my
lie.
god.
This is like when somebody says something like Tokyo Sandblaster or, or Alabama Hot Pocket. I have to look it up. Thank you, Urban Dictionary.
The good old Tokyo Sandblaster.
Again, if you want to know what that is, Tokyo Sandblaster,
Don't look it up.
Alabama Hot Pocket. Don't look it up.
Don't look it up. Tokyo Sandblaster. That shit's great, man.
It's like,
But there is. I bet you there is. There's definitely something like that.
God, I'm so tempted.
A parody of Annabelle. Yeah.
I love those memes where it shows like it's like a porn.
The Maymays.
Like it's a scene from a porn movie, and they're like, I think
Oh shit! You know what I forgot to do?
Put on the wrong Nightmare on Elm Street, and it's like Freddy, somebody in a cheap Freddy mask about to bang some chick. I don't know. Never mind.
I didn't do that yet. I have to do that. I can't miss out.
What?
I'll say
Oh,
it in a second.
hey.
Yeah, I forgot to do it in the beginning. At least it's in there now.
You were too distraught over the fucking movie.
I was. Like, I just wanted to bash the movie so damn hard. Listen,
you did.
If at some point in time, whenever someone watches this and they like the Annabelle movies, that's great. Good for you. I didn't like them.
That's good.
Didn't like them.
We're all entitled to our opinions of things.
Are we?
We all have different
Are we?
tastes. Yeah.
Anyway. I got nothing else to say about this.
All right, so I guess what, in another 2 weeks we'll be back with the next movie, and it will not be...
Well, just whatever.
Well, maybe next week. Just keep an eye out, because we might just randomly pop up and be like, we might switch over to Twitch for a couple of these, and then post it on here. So, if you,
Yeah.
My Twitch info is in my about on the channel, so you can hit me up there. Ginger Slaps with a Z on Twitch as well. So, yeah. Stryker hated it. I still like the movie, but now I'm a little bit.
What's with the doggy in the? What's with the doggy in the back?
There's a doggy in the back.
There's a doggy moving around in the back there.
A jingle. I have one under my feet too. Almost stepped on it.
Yeah, he's back there just like nosing around and stuff,
Aww.
stretching and
Yeah,
whatnot.
I see it. He's just laying there now. That's hilarious. Oh. Hey, pop your head up. Hey. He's just there. He's like, I don't fucking move. Get your...
I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm gonna stay here.
15 minutes. 15 minutes. He's like, man, do you want up here?
All right.
All right. Well, we're going to call it
done.
a night. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Till next time. Have a